Hello ladies and gentlemen, you fine folk are joining me for this predictions video of the LCS Week 4 and the LEC Week 6. Right here, right now, we've got a lot to discuss. We've got last week's results as well as this weekend's upcoming set of games. So we get into our results for last weekend, kicking it off in the LCS 11 out of 15. Perfect day 1. Day 2 only dropped the last game where we went for Golden Guardians, which was kind of weird in terms of my actual predictions, but FlyQuest actually won that one out. As for the final day, that's where we kind of threw away 3 other big results, as we had essentially only Evil Geniuses beating CLG and IMT beating FlyQuest as our big winners on day 3. So that gave us 11 out of 15, taking us up to 32 out of 45. And this is the interesting part, because both leagues we are technically, I would say, even in terms of predictions, because of the fact that this is where we find out how well we've done both sides, because we're on 45 either way. As for the LEC, day 1, 2 out of 5, the 2 results were Rogue beating Misfits and G2 beating Astralis as our big match winners. As for day number 2 in the LCS, we picked up 3 wins here. Fnatic dropping the game to Mad was one of our losses, and in fact, why am I saying that? G2 beating Schalke was 1 win, and Rogue beating Vitality was the other win, giving a, and also SK beating Misfits is the other win in that side of the thing. As for the grand total, 5 out of 10 takes us up to 28 out of 45. So both sides are what I would call positive. We're doing slightly better in the LCS right now, but maybe this week it evens a bit more and the LEC maybe takes over in terms of our predictions. But without further ado, let us jump into the LCS and our game predictions there. So let us kick things off in the LCS with C9 yet again getting the first matchup of the week against the Golden Guardians. To me, this matchup, there's realistically only one winner. That is C9 right now. The Golden Guardians are sat at the bottom of the table right now, alongside Fly and CLG, and as such, realistical hope of them picking up a win here is very low, and as such, this matchup realistically is going to go to the more dominant C9. Match number 2 is going to be an absolute banger, and I think the 3rd time we're going to see this matchup this year. TSM versus Team Liquid. Onto the Rift here, and this is an interesting matchup. Team Liquid on the decline in realistical performance, and TSM, while only dropping their last game, were on a 5-game win streak. Do I think TL will beat TSM like a normal result? Or do I think TSM will win here? Well, considering I've done a whole spiel on how Sword Art plays and how he wants to involve himself on the map, I've gone with TSM winning here based off of the roam game that they're trying to set up, and it's actually very interesting to see how Core JJ and Sword Art affect their teams. Core's been a bit more leadership and protect the carry, whereas Sword Art's been heavy roam, affect the map, get the team ahead, and playing very, very aggressively. That, of course, is going to be intriguing to see how either side turns up with the updated meta. I know that we're going into 11.4 realistically soon, and having jungle nerfs coming through, that's going to be very hard for basically players to not look for roams and ganking, because they're worth a lot more now. EG and Fly then enter onto the Rift, and this is an interesting matchup to me because these two teams are kind of opposite of how I would basically expected them to be. I honestly thought these two teams would be quite close in terms of their finish history. However, they're kind of on different trajectories, e.g. going upwards, FlyQuest on the down, and with them being on the down, you can kind of tell I'm going to go with the team on the upswing in Evil Geniuses here as my prediction, as I just feel that Impact is having a far bigger impact on the games, and he's just solo smurfing for this EG squad. Short, simple, sweet. 100 Thieves are beating CLG. The last matchup on the Friday for the LCS sees 100 Thieves and Dignitas on the Rift. For me, this matchup is one-sided, though it is a very good matchup to say the least. I've gone with Dignitas here winning. I just think IMT will be outclassed, and like I did last week, I'm going to guess the champion that Dardo's going to play. I'm going to guess Gragas again as the first one, because he played Kane last weekend. I would say maybe we see Shaco or Vigo if he's actually enabled, but my option is on Gragas here as a possible pick for him. The second day in the LCS is kicked off with TL and FlyQuest, two teams that are in shocking positions as to who they have on their roster, and for me this matchup is going to team Liquid. Overall, the squad is a lot better than FlyQuest, and overall you expect him to outperform this Buzzy B squad. Up next is C9 and Evil Geniuses on the Rift in what could be considered a very close matchup. Two teams up near the top of the table, but only one of them can take the top of this match and win it out. I've gone with C9 just based off of recent form. EG have been a bit kind of hit or miss, only realistically having one major performer in Impact in all of their games, and as such I've gone with C9. Game 8 is Dignitas and 100 Thieves on the Rift, and I honestly for one think this is gonna go to Dignitas. Overall I would have had this as the match of the week, but we're still waiting for that one, baby. Oh yeah, this is going to be a close matchup to say the least. Two teams up at the top of the table. I think they're tied on the same amount of wins right now. For me though, this matchup is kind of going to be interesting. It's going to be close. It's going to come down to jungle diff, and realistically I expect this one to just explode in terms of team fighting action between these two lineups. But only time will tell whether or not that will actually happen. We've said this quite a lot this year already, but who cares? It is the LCS Classic matchup. Team Solo Mid taking on CLG. Two rosters, different trajectories. CLG down near the bottom, TSM up near the top. Kind of how it's been for the past few years if you ask me. But for this matchup, I've gone with TSM. I'm not going to debate you guys. TSM are winning this. There's hands down no reason why CLG are ever going to be anywhere near as close to winning this matchup. And as such, we've gone with the big boy TSM. Game 10, Golden Guardians versus IMT. Two teams near the bottom. One team can get a win here. I've gone with IMT because they're stronger, they've got better jungle, they've got better top. I honestly feel that they're going to absolutely decimate Golden Guardians and make this some sort of stomp, even though Golden Guardians did look very good last weekend. I just feel IMT are better. Final day of LCS action sees FlyQuest and TSM kicking off the day. Overall, this matchup has gone in FlyQuest's favour once already this year, and honestly it's gonna not happen again. Damn straight TSM are winning this matchup. FlyQuest just no. It is time to get hyped up and round to go. It's our Anarchy Analysis matchup of the week. featuring 100 Thieves and C9. Yes, these two teams sitting atop of the table, one win separating them both. And to me, this matchup needs to be covered. We may go a lot more in depth than what I have been for the past 2 weeks of LCS Anarchy Analysis teamfight breakdowns. But who knows, I really want to go over this game. It's just top of the table facing off against each other, so you need to realistically understand why they're top of the table and how they've got there. But as for my prediction, I have gone with C9 winning. IMT and Team Liquid is our 13th matchup. That's a lot of matches gone down already. We've got literally 12 more matches left after this one. And honestly, Team Liquid are winning. IMT, granted, are on a better bit of form. I just feel that Team Liquid are bouncing back this week. They're having a good weekend, to say the least. Golden Guardians, Evil Geniuses. EG are winning this one. Expect to stomp in the top lane. That's all I need to say here. And our final matchup in the LCS is Dignitas and CLG. Honestly, you realistically only can expect one winner here, being Dignitas. And overall, I feel CLG might not pick up a win until maybe next week. Yeah, I got no hope in them realistically picking up a win anytime soon, even though Brogza has brought life into this roster. L to the E to the C time, baby, kicking it off with the Anarchy Analysis matchup of the week. Mad Lions taking on SK Gaming. Last time we had a look at these two teams was a long time ago, and Mad honestly have been sneaking up the table. They're sitting in 3rd right now, and I didn't actually realize they were doing that well. However, I've gone with SK winning this matchup. I do feel we've got to look at the bot lane. Treats versus Kaiser, last year's mid-split MVP, taking on the LEC new gun, who's been on top form and is looking for the best support in the LEC role, as he has just been phenomenal for this SK lineup and has brought so much fire in that I just feel that that fire, when ignited, is just going to dominate this matchup for SK Gaming. XL Misfits. XL are winning. Misfits, poopy. Vitality and G2. 3rd matchup in the LEC. Probably the 3rd stomp we're gonna see. G2 winning this one is my prediction. I just honestly feel that they're on a new top level, and honestly are very hard to defeat, considering the fact that they're performing extremely well, and realistically only one team has basically decimated them in the recent weeks. Oh boy, this is a big rematch. Last time Schalke faced the team that's in the top 3 that they beat, they lost. This time I expect the exact same thing to happen. Rogue winning this one. This is a close matchup on paper, and close is good for action. However, I feel that Rogue right now are becoming a lot more decisive on the plays that they want to go for, and this play and this game is going to showcase that strength, especially with the shift up in the jungling meta. Gilius is struggling to adapt after 2 back-to-back 0-2 weekends for the SO4 roster. We end out our Friday games with Fnatic and Astralis. Honestly, I could have had this as the match of the week, but last week we did kind of cover Astralis, so instead we got the first matchup of the day. This one, Fnatic win. But these two teams are showcasing different strengths at the moment, and Fnatic's is slightly bigger and better than Astralis is. don't take that as a dick joke. Schalke Misfits is the first game of day 2. Honestly, this is a close battle. After Schalke's struggling weekends, Misfits could be in with a chance of beating them. However, I don't think they actually will, and I've gone with Schalke winning this one, and winning with a bit of passion and fiery resilience that brings them back into playoff contention, really, here. SKXL, 2 letters in both teams, and boy do these 2 teams want to make playoffs this year. One team, though, has been surging a lot stronger than the other, and are punishing styles that don't work. XL struggle early game, tried to make a bit of a change to be able to play it, they failed, and as such I feel SK will decimate them and not allow them late game scaling, and as such SK win this matchup. 23 matches in here and 23 solid predictions. This one, however, is not so solid. This is a close matchup, and one of which I feel Mad is gonna win, but Vitality could quite easily sneak this right now. Crownshot is starting to come online and provide this Vitality roster some fight back into the LEC this year. However, I still feel Mad are on a stronger level right now and will absolutely take them to town. Astralis Rogue win. Astralis are not as good and as precise as Rogue right now, and teams are just going to ban out that Corki, let's be honest. And finally, our last matchup this week is an absolute classical banger. G2 versus Fnatic to end it all here. Last time these 2 teams faced off, Fnatic dismantled G2, making Reckless their bitch. And honestly, if G2 allowed that volley bear through it in pick and ban, they've either A, drafted some complete counter pick to it that can just deal with it, or B, they know that they're just going to lose. Let's be honest, if they allow it through, they need to ban it. But my prediction is G2, and the reason being is G2 have fought back against every team so far they've lost to, and taken the win back on the second half of this split so far. And honestly, Fnatic won't stand a chance if G2 want to play, especially now that they've showcased a special Senna combination on there that probably will be banned out, let's be honest, as well. Nevertheless, it's time we end this video off here. Thank you for sticking with me through 25 long and grueling matches. If you've enjoyed this predictions video, leave a like down below. Subscribe if you're new around here, if you want to. And I will see you guys next time. Peace out. Wait, no, you get to hear it now.